It's week 3 of the 2024 season.
And the question, you ready for some football? It's the Texans and the Vikings.
All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
Here in the north, the Yaller horn is about to sound and send two teams to battle here at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Well, a tough start for both of these teams. Still searching for their first one of the season as we get going in week 3. Set to return, this is Braxton Berrios. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out is someone who became an absolute superstar last year as a rookie. Drafted second in 2023, it's C.J. Stroud.
A bit of an uneventful outing individually last week, Kate. A touchdown and a pick for him, but the lasting memory, well, there's no question about it. Walking off that field with the loss, that stings. No doubt he feels he could have done more to prevent that result, so expect to see a motivated individual taking snaps here this week.
And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 31. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up. He was hoping to get it to Tank Dell there. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Shotgun now for Stroud. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So we'll see the Vikings offense now for the first time. Leading them out, the 10th pick of the draft, coming off that national championship in Michigan, J.J. McCarthy.
Nobody came away happy last week, no question about it. Himself, most of all. His team went 0-1, picking up the loss, but he was 0-1. One pick, no touchdowns. Not good enough. Defeat not an option this week, and neither is a lack of touchdowns. They intend to rectify both.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Things looking totally different after that last play. It's 1st and 10 inside the opposing 30. On play action now, McCarthy. He beams one deep right side. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. First carry here for Aaron Jones. And it's a 3-yard gain through the traffic. Kamari Lassiter getting up there to make the stop. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. That heater's going to fall to the turf.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd down.
Smith able to put it through. And that one's going to get them on the scoreboard.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. This Texans offense readied up for its second drive of the contest. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a second time. They'll send him over right. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Harrison Smith in on the stop.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 yards, manageable 3rd and 1. A handoff for Mixon, running right. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Stroud throwing here on first. That's a catch for Nico Collins. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Going right side, Mixon with it. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Play brought to an end by Jonathan Grenard. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun, Stroud. Schultz with the catch. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. Putting a receiver in motion. First down, Stroud. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
All right, here we go, 2nd down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Stroud. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Brings it in at the 12. And something on the return, but not much as it still ends inside the 20. Officially a 55-yard launch. And it's going to be Vikings football. 1st and 10, here's McCarthy. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Looking for Justin Jefferson on that throw. And now it's 2nd down. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. And he won't escape this. The Texans take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, a defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
Not a good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on 3rd. Now it's McCarthy. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Escapes a defender. And not only does he go in the wrong direction, but he's stopped for a net loss on the return. And after the punch, the offense comes out onto the field. And it's going to be Texans football. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Throwing is Stroud. Finds him over the middle. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Texans going to have a first down. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. Finds the end zone. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans pull ahead 6-3 in the first. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
Point after up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans take a 4-point lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. On the run, Dale Moore. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Minnesota offense ready to set up shop again. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Able to find Hawkinson. And they'll have to swallow a loss on the play as he's touched down behind the line. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? From the shotgun, McCarthy. The Texans close it in, and they will get him! And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Opening frame of the game, and 2 times already, these defenders have got home for a home run sack. If they get their way, a lot more teammates are going to join them on the stat sheet with the takedown before this one ends.
The Vikings getting their punt team out. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he'll take in the fair catch just above the 35. We don't get a return out of that punt. Man, it'll be their football. Houston's offense back out now and ready to go. They come in on a little 2-game skid, Brock, but in control of this one so far. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. This is complete to Schultz. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Vikings defense countering with a nickel look. 3rd down coming. Here's Stroud. Into the hands of Schultz. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
1st and 10, a run to Mixon. Has some space inside the 15. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light, well, on him as a runner, of course, but you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
So before they get the snap away, we reach the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. More from US Bank Stadium after the break. Welcome back. Time for our 2nd quarter. The Texans with a chance to score. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Mixon. And he's in for the touchdown. The Texans now lead by 10. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans drive their lead to 11. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Moore with a return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Vikings offense back to the field now. It's a 14-3 ball game as they take over following the score. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Moore's got it! And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Now a give up the middle to Jones. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5. From the 46. Has a man, Justin Jefferson. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. New set of downs for him at the 38. First and 10, here's Jones. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Jalen Petrie there on the stop. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Staying on the ground with Jones. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. It's a gain of 4. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down. Addison going in motion right. On 1st down, they'll run. and he's brought down for a loss.
Not sure if it was a missed assignment on the line, a dominant play on his part, or maybe a little bit of both, Kate, but look at those dudes down there defensively. Man, they are fired up after that stick behind the line.
Second down carry for Jones. And he's able to drive them forward into the red zone. Calling about 7 yards on that run. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 4. McCarthy throwing here. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. He gets 6 on that play, and it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
He brings it in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Now it's Will Reichert on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Vikings cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Texans and running back Joe Mixon headed out for their next series. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch a breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Great defensive effort to reject that one. And it's going to be 2nd down. On the option, here's Mixon. We'll have him gain about a handful there. That's Harrison Phillips there for the stop. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Stroud. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
And a fair catch made here at the 17. The Vikings and their QB J.J. McCarthy returning to the field on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Jones once more. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out. Now McCarthy. Jones reels it in. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the 1st, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Minnesota lined up in punt formation. Ryan Wright's the one to send it away. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Signaling fair catch, and he takes it in at the 37. The Texans returning their offense and this running back to the field. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. A give to Mixon up the middle. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Offense to the line for 2nd down. On play action, here's Stroud. Left side into the hands of Dell. And this one doesn't go far. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Stroud. That's caught for the first. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. From the red zone now. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away. Incomplete. He was trying to find Christian Kirk there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. To the air yet again. It's Stroud. The throw is caught. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. They're going to run here. It's Mixon. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Going to be 2nd down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
Bend. Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Now Stroud on 3rd and goal. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So now they're left with 4th and goal. Now it's Kaimi Fairbairn on to try it for the Texans. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Everly's kick is good. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Moore with a return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Well, we've already seen some nice plays here, and we're going to see plenty more before this game ends. But you might be thinking, with plays like that, my guys' ratings should be better. Well, you're not alone. You got a chance to let the Madden Ratings Hotline know just what you're thinking. Give them a call, 1-844-MADDEN-1, and make your case for who should get a boost. Makes the grab in bounds left side. 16 yards on the play. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. Into traffic, complete. And he'll get this through midfield and starts pushing into Texans territory. Here's 2nd and 2. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down. Back to the air, McCarthy. Finds a man right side. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Hits him on the out route. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Hutchinson reels it in. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Back now, pressure on its way. This throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. 4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Jimmy Ward has it.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
The Texans going on offense now just before halftime. They're up by 7. We'll see if they choose to just rest on that going into halftime. Stroud throwing here on first. Complete out to the right side. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. First down, Stroud. Finding Collins. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. That's complete. Here's Kirk. And he'll get this through the midfield stripe and starts pushing into Vikings territory. Final timeout called by the Texans. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Third and a lone yard coming up. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
You know, third and short is a difficult one to call. Do you want to run into the teeth of a defense looking for that handoff, or try to throw it to him and use the element of surprise? Evidently, well, that's one they should have run instead.
And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. That's Sheldon Rankins in on the stop. We've come to halftime. The Texans in unfriendly confines, but hey, they've got the lead. Now we'll get you down to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Josh Jacobs, well over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run as well. From there, we'll head up to Indy to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Chicago Bears. Anthony Richardson leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home in Acrisure Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. Aaron Rodgers, 3 touchdown passes as his guys stay unbeaten on the year. It was Joe Mixon who had it working in the first half. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go. Both these teams making their way out of the tunnel, and we're ready for the second half. And for the call, we send it back to Kate Scott and the other blonde bomber.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Here's the Minnesota offense headed out to start this third quarter. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. They've got a man in motion. Out of the gun, a give to Jones. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Derek Stingley putting that play to bed.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, it's This guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Couldn't connect with Jordan Addison. So they're left facing a fourth down. Punt team on the field. And they could really use a good one here. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And they'll get ready to go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. On the ground again with Mixon. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go. Shotgun now for Stroud. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Running with Mixon out of the gun. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. Christian Kirk, the intended receiver. And that takes them to 3rd down. Looking to throw, Stroud. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Throwing is Stroud. Collins there to grab it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Cut near the goal line. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Mixon will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans push their lead further to start the half. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown, his 3rd of the game on the ground. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating.
Look at you.
And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
That one right down the middle. And the Texans double their lead to 14. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Moore with a return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. The Vikings taking the field on offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Pass is caught by Addison. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Jalen Petrie there on the stop. Second down now, 7 to go. On play action now, McCarthy. Fits it through the middle. And he works this to the 38 before going down. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. He sends this one to the end zone. And he's there to send that one away incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now they face second down. Jones trying the left side. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Kamari Lassiter getting up there to make the stop. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Here's McCarthy to throw. He completes it in traffic. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Man in motion here. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down. Looking to throw, McCarthy. Has it in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. And he finds him in the end zone for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. You can't blame him for biting on that play action, Brock. Down at the 1-yard line, you're expecting it to be a run, which made that pass play the perfect call.
Show those defenders what they want to see, what they're expecting to see, so when they give them that good old run fake and pull it back, well, it is touchdown offense.
Reichert on for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Vikings chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Texans back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And they have leaned on him to get this offense to the end zone in the game, and he's delivered. He's hit pay dirt 3 times. Part of a really nice game for him so far, Brock. Been returning good value on the looks that he's been getting. They're out and set. 1st and 10. A give. This is Mixon. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. And not a great choice on 1st down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted actually, so second down coming up. From the gun, Stroud. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Couldn't connect to a Tank Dell. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. To the air, Stroud. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Give him 13 on that play. And it sets up a Houston first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
New set of downs for him from the 46. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Short pass brought in. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Harrison Smith in on the stop. Second down now, 7 to go. Still sticking with the passing game. This is complete to Schultz. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Texans are going to have a first down. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. They'll run here, following the penalty. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Ivan Pace able to make the stop. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. They run it from the gun with Chubb. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's the Texans in possession of it, needing to preserve that lead over one final quarter. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Here's Mixon. And they'll stop him after a short pickup to the 24. Just 1 yard on the run. That brings up 4th down.
Defenses at this level, really any level, will let you run it there all day, every day, and twice on Sundays. You can give up yards, even a healthy chunk of them. But just float the ball and make sure he's brought to a halt well shy of that first down marker.
Everly's kick is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Moore with a return. This return makes it up to the 25. The Vikings headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Motion man right is Jefferson. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And there's a sign of life from the ground game. He's forward with a nice pickup. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Looking right, and he finds him. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. First down, ball at the 36. Throwing now, off play action. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
2nd and 10 now. He puts some air under a deep throw. That's grabbed inside the 30. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal will tie this game in the 4th. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The visitors and C.J. Stroud all set to go for their next drive. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it. And we'll move to the next.
And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it sets up a Houston first. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Targeting the sideline, Kirk has it. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like the 40-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Running it with Mixon. And he fights his way forward to get this to the 45. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2. Stroud off the play fake. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't connect to a tank down. And now they're left with 4th and short. The Texans set to punt. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. And we'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
So out now comes the punter. And he'll try to hit this one well. This one is fair caught, but let's see what that flag's all about. This drive may not be done. A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going. This drive should have been over, partner, but running into the punter gives him new life and this first down. Running it after the penalty. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Here's McCarthy. He's got him. That's Addison. And he goes out. Just needed one more step there to reach midfield. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Now McCarthy. And this is incomplete. Took the check down for granted. He's lucky that wasn't picked and taken the other way. 4th down coming up.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
And there won't be a return here. This punt is out of bounds. They'll say inside the 40. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. First down, Stroud. Caught by Collins on the slant. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Dell with the grab. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
Oh, man, these are the kind of plays you can't wait to get on film and watch the next day. Look at the fellow pass catchers. Look at the guys getting out in front, helping on that screen pass. Get your player in space, your buddies do the rest around you, and a big play follows.
And he got there to make the stop at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. That one's out and caught on the right side. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Hands off here for Brooks. And he's brought down after a short gain. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs.
I love aggressive defenses, and a blitz on 4th down's a gutsy call. But it can work against the pass, or in that case, against the run. Good luck running for the sticks when you've got a whole defense crashing the line of scrimmage off the snap.
The Vikings now set to take the field. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive, 1st and 10. Now it's McCarthy. That's Jefferson, he's got it. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They get 13 on the pickup, and it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down. On play action now, McCarthy has the connection to Jones. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun, Jones gets it. And this one doesn't work any better. Defense there to drop him at the line again.
Big man up front said, "Not in my house." Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this: it's over. Over.
And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
First and 10, here's McCarthy. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down. McCarthy throwing here. Able to get it to Moore. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. He'll look to throw it. Able to find Jones. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Minnesota spends its second timeout here. Still 1 more in their pocket to use. Ball placed at the 7. It's second and goal. Here he is to throw. And that's a touchdown. The catch is made, and they lead just before the end of this game. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have won. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. The visitors and this running back headed back out for a new series. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they've placed upon him. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Setting up to pass. This is complete to Schultz. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Into the hands of Schultz. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Final timeout called by the Texans. Stroud throwing here on 1st. Connection made to Dell. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. One final shot here. Here's pressure, and he's dropped by the Vikings. So they are indeed kings in the north as the Vikings win it at home. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Vikings emerge as winners as we bid you farewell from Minneapolis.